Good afternoon and welcome back to Low Def Media. My name is Mike, and today what I want to do is give you a practical assessment of the Akaso Brave 7LE. Now you can go online and find a lot of different tutorials and reviews and how-tos regarding this particular device, but what I want to do today is talk to you a little bit more about its practical applications and whether or not this is the camera that you should maybe gravitate to or purchase instead of maybe a higher end GoPro or DJI. I think it's the DJI Action. Osmo Action, that's it. So those are two of the higher end. There's also another one, I think it's 1360. They make another camera. Those are all in that $300 and up price range, where the Akaso is more in that $125, $130 price range. Now, granted, you do get a lot for your money. It is a dual screen 4K action camera, water resistant, comes with a lot of different accessories. So on paper, it does tick all the right boxes. But is it worth buying? That's the question. So I've been using it. I also have a GoPro, so I have something to compare it against. But I also have some lower end cameras that I've purchased at Walmart. I've got, I think it's what is it? Let's look at it. I've got this little thing. It's a Vivitar. All right, this is your standard 1080, doesn't shoot 4K, but this is your standard action cam that you can get at Walmart, and it's in that $40 to $60 range. So comparing the Akaso to that, yes, it's a marked improvement, but is it good enough to keep you from buying one of those more entry-level cameras? Here's what I found out. Initially, I wasn't too sold on it. In low light situations, it's really not that good. The sensor in it does not do very well in low light. But when you give it more light, when you're outside, it's stellar. I connected it to a clamp on my scooter, my electric scooter, went around the neighborhood, and the stabilization that's built in did a fabulous job. And when the wind wasn't blowing, the mic was actually usable, so you could actually hear what I was saying. So in a vlogging situation, I think it's a great tool. If you're outside and you're using it as an action camera, as long as you've got plenty of light, you're gonna get great results from this camera. But as soon as that sun starts to dip, or if you're inside and it's a dimly lit room, you're gonna lose all the dynamic range and it's just gonna look yucky. So it really depends on how you plan to use it. I wouldn't use it as a camera. I would only use it for its video. Video, in my opinion, came out much better. Now what I did do with it, and this worked out really well for me, is I would use my GoPro and I would use the Akaso and get separate camera angles of the same scene. And the video quality is pretty similar in good lighting. And then I used an external audio source, and so I didn't have to worry about using the GoPro audio or using the Akaso audio. So I recorded that separately, and that works great. So, practical assessment, is this something you should buy? It depends on your situation. If you can't afford a GoPro or a DJI Osmo, then yes, this is a perfectly feasible alternative. But if you have access to even an older model GoPro, an 8 or a 7, I use a 7, I think the quality is amazing. It's not as great as the newest cameras, but in 1080, 24 frames a second, it takes great video. So, and you can get a lot of different add-ons to it. And so it's very usable. So that would be my practical assessment for the Akaso Brave 7LE. Stick with us, plenty more reviews and assessments to come. So see you the next time.